So you know the ones where you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune.
That's my tune.
Hey, this is Jojo Bean. This is episode 44 of That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Last week I had a chat with Lorizzo regarding his song, the piano song. Today I'll be talking to Renae Rain regarding her song, I Feel. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll be right back right after this. So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Renae Rain. Yeah!
Hi. Hi there.
What's good? What's good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, I'm blessed.
You sound blessed. You sound happy.
Yeah, the sun is out. It's just absolutely beautiful, just gorgeous,
Oh, I know. I just want to be out there. I've got to get some sun later, definitely.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, do that. So let's get into it. So your track, I Feel. Do you know, when I listen to it, I hear it's like, I Feel could easily be given to like the Weeknd to sing. I could just hear
You know what?
The Weeknd on it. And I was wondering, is that the vibe you were going for?
It wasn't intentional, but that is the thing. Like, after hearing it, I did hear him on it, and several people have said this to me. So I'm not surprised in the slightest that you said that. Compliment. It's a nice big compliment. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. So what inspired you to write the song? What was your headspace at the time?
Well, we was in lockdown, I think second lockdown of 2020.
Right.
I was in the mode of producing anyway. I was just really just occupying my time and indulging in music every single day.
Right.
And I came across some sounds, as you do as a producer. You kind of like do sound design and you do the boring stuff of just going through loads of different sounds and soundscapes. Came across the sound that I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
And I at the time was making a lot of R&B in garage. So this was just something out of the box for me, and just thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go and just see what comes to mind. But it wasn't even that I thought about it too much. Do you know what I mean? It's very natural, very spiritual and out of this world, kind of out of world experience, out of body experience. And after I made the music, it was just like, okay, time. I think I need to write some lyrics for this. This sounds nostalgic, kind of like 80s vibe.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, I'll drag my sister into it because she's a bit of a writer and a singer as well. So
cool.
I told her to listen to it, and then instantly we just vibed, and the lyrics came very, very natural, and we both just had that out of body, out of space, in space sort of I don't know, just an out of body experience, and it's very special. Very special moment.
So when you say out of body experience, what exactly do you mean by that?
I think for me, like when I listen to music, it kind of takes me into a different zone depending on the music. And this type of song for me, it did make me feel like we were in space, literally, like feel like, okay, this is something a little out there. And it's just kind of like I'm quite a spiritual person, so it's sort of a meditational almost vibe where you're just kind of blocking out everything else that you're thinking about, and you're really just indulged in the music, and it's just speaking to you. And I know I've heard of like a Michael Jackson quote where he said, like, don't write the music, let the music write itself. And that was the kind of vibe that it was for us. Definitely.
Okay, cool. So like you say you're a spiritual person, so are you part of any particular religion, or like
nothing
about that?
No, nothing like that. I mean, I used to be, I said I've grown up in church, like I was a Christian,
right?
And then after that just started exploring religion and just like spirituality for myself. And I don't belong to any particular like following or religion or anything like that. It's just something for myself that I self-discovered. Like I do read a bit of Buddhist teachings and just philosophies, and I try to draw on different life experiences, I guess. And for me, I do try to just listen to that inner body, inner soul, and connect with myself, connect with the universe. So that's kind of what I'm on. I don't know, like I think spirituality is different for different people. So
Yeah, it's like when you say I feel, it's like being in space. I get what you mean. Like you use a lot of reverbs and stuff like that, so it kind of gives that
Yeah,
kind of feel that you're not on Earth. Like, so I kind of get what you mean when you say that. But let's
yeah.
go back to the Weekend for a second. Is he an artist that inspires you? Is he an artist that you like listening
Oh,
to?
yeah, most definitely, most
Mm,
definitely. There is a track that was playing, I think at the time. Oh,
mm-hmm,
now I'm gonna forget what it's called. It's so
mm.
annoying. Um,
Secrets?
no, not
Okay.
oh shoot. I can't oh, it's gonna come back to me in a minute, but it's like right there on the tip of my tongue, you know,
Yeah.
like there's a track that he had,
Yeah.
and I was just listening to it all the time, and that
Yeah.
probably was around that time that I
Mm,
made I Feel.
right.
He does have a track called I Feel. Called I Feel. So, and I didn't clock that at all. It wasn't even as if it was done purposely. It was
Yeah.
literally a subliminal thing, I think.
Mm.
But yeah, I will remember that track, and I will come back to that because I do really like it.
All right. So, what got you into music production?
It's the two have always gone hand in hand for me.
Mm,
I think I started at school studying music. So I did music, and then I went to college, did music and music tech,
mm-hmm.
and I learned about classical and jazz and every
Oh.
style of music and
Mm,
rock, pop, and just learned how to engineer.
mm-hmm.
And we did stuff with reel to reel tape. I don't know if you know back in the days of reel
Mm,
to reel,
yeah.
but that's when you're oh, blinding lights, that's it. I told
She found
you.
it, people. She got it.
I got it. Blinding lights. I'm blinded by the lights. Yeah,
Mm,
that was the tune. But yeah. So for me, I grew up learning Cubase and Reason,
right.
and it was a thing where I do play as well. I play instrument, I play piano, and I
Right.
always reverted to the keys, and then other instruments would be around, and I would play them,
Mm-hmm.
drums or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then for me music tech was just it. Like I just like,
Mm.
oh, I'm in heaven, like I can make any sound I want, and I can play
Yeah.
it here and play it there, and
Yeah.
I just found a lot of peace with it, and I never stopped. And I think when you're a singer as well, and you can't always rely on finding producers or finding people
Yeah.
to gel with and you
Yeah.
connect, you end up making a lot of the music yourself. So
Yourself. Yeah.
that's what ended up happening. And I think the whole thing with lockdown, it just made me revert. I mean, some family members did say to me, like,
Mm.
Renae, you need to get back into producing. Like that's
Mm.
where it's at for you. Like you need to
Mm.
produce and you need to make more music. And
Mm.
so I just spent all of that time like homing in on my craft and trying to
Mm.
develop it more.
That's dope.
Thank
So your production name
you.
is The Goddess Music. What made you decide
Yeah.
to go for that name?
Well, the name was almost christened to me because I've been making a lot of noise on social media with all different music that I put out, and
Yeah.
there are like a few guys or girls as well who
Yeah.
do refer to me as, oh, you're goddess, and you know, you're queen, and
Mm.
I was like, yeah, do you know what, like being a female and being a
Yeah.
female in the industry and being a female doing that, like
Yeah.
producing, and
Yeah.
you know, you engineer and you make your own tracks, everything,
Mm.
that's goddess energy, man.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah.
It's just, so someone did say to me like, oh, goddess, like why don't you do that, like, and I was like, yeah, that does ring a bell with me, and
Yeah.
that feels natural.
Yeah.
So yeah, the goddess music, it's all about women empowerment, empowering yourself, feeling beautiful, feeling you can do anything, that you're skilled. And I represent women across the globe, you know. For me, if I'm putting myself out there, I feel like I'm representing other females who are aspiring or wanting to do what I do or are doing what I'm doing. And I welcome a lot of females into my life in terms of like creating with them and encouraging them and things like that. So that's the umbrella to me.
That's dope. So like over the last few months, especially with the pandemic and stuff like that, there's been a lot of talk about the industry and how women are being treated, and there's been a lot of expose on this subject. And like, what's your take in it? Do you have any experiences like that? Like, Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Especially being younger and being younger in the game. Like I started when I was a teen, and I grew up being in a girl group as well, and girl band, what have you, when the Spice Girls were out and all of that, and Club 7 and all those days.
Yeah.
All those all those things. And I definitely feel that there were a lot of unspoken taboos that happened to many of us, and I think it's great that it's being exposed in such a way, like it's poked its head, to that point where people can't stay silent anymore, and people have developed a voice. They feel an inner strength, I guess, because someone did start it out and say, enough is enough. We're standing up for this, and it's encouraged other women to do the same. So I'm all about that. Like I have become part of a few associations, like Produced by a Girl. She Is the Music. I'm working with them at the moment. And also Girls Irate. I'm a part of Girls Irate as well, which is a women empowering industry. Not even a label, it's bigger than a label. It's just an organization that basically women are a part of, and we encourage, we support, and we'd have seminars. And it was founded by Carla Marie Williams, who's a singer-songwriter herself.
Okay.
And it's all about belonging to an association where people are respecting you for what you do, and being supportive as a woman as well, sisterhoods, that kind of thing. So and also being able to be exposed as well, because it's very hard in the industry to stand out as a woman and to, in her own right, have a platform whereby she's heard. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to be a part of these things, that there are people who are exposing, and also not just exposing by highlighting great that women do transpire in the world. So
I hear that. So are there any new projects that you're going to come up with in the next couple of months or so?
Yes, there is actually. As I was saying to you just before we came on, I was just going through my tracks and just doing a mix. I've started getting into a lot of dance music and producing a lot of dance. So I have a couple of tracks, more than a couple actually, lined up that I want to put out. I just got done doing a track with a guy named Jay Sebag. He's a French singer-songwriter. He's out there in terms of doing a lot of dance music as well. If you look him out, you can check out his music. It's dope. He does a lot of French songs as well in France and Paris. He's very well known over there for his French music. But I got him. He's a good friend of mine, and I got him to jump on a track of mine. It's like an electro soulful house track. So I'm really hoping that we get this mix and master ready for July. And then I've just done a remix of I Feel, actually.
Okay.
My own remix, so I'm going to be putting that out as well around the same time, I think.
Okay, cool. I'll be looking out for those. Definitely.
Thank you.
Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me everywhere. I'm on Instagram at Renae Rain Official and The Goddess Music, all one word. You can find me over on YouTube as well. I do a lot of YouTube videos, covers, and a little bit of explaining about production and how I build beats. That's also Renae Rain. If you just put that in, RENAERAIN. I'm over on Facebook as well. I have a Facebook page. Also, it's Renae Rain Official. I don't know if I missed anything out. Twitter, Renae R Official.
Okay.
But you just put in Renae Rain on Google and you'll find me on all platforms and streaming platforms as well. So anything I release and on SoundCloud, you can find it.
Dope. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time, Renae Rain.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on your platform. I really appreciate that.
No problem at all. You have a great rest of the day.
And you, my dear. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for your time, Renae Rain. That is the end of episode 44. I'll be back next Tuesday with more content to give you. If you'd like to know more about the podcast, you can linktr.ee/TMT_podcast. You'll find Spotify, YouTube, all the social media. And if you'd like to email, it is that'smytunepodcast@gmail.com. Be back next week. Bye.